Yo, what's up everyone? Welcome to the Wednesday stream. How's everyone doing? We are on the new camera, by the way. I was just testing some stupid thumbnail faces using it. Hopefully y'all enjoyed that. But yeah, I'm on the camera. It's a Sony a5000 and it is a camera that I actually picked up from my good friend Coalition Gaming Chris. I'm not sure if Chris is in the chat yet. He usually is like on the way home from work during the stream starts. But yeah, this camera is looking crispy compared to this. Man, I feel kind of dumb buying this one. This is the Elgato face cam. I spent more on this camera than I did on this one, which, yeah, this one's way higher quality. But like, it has this optical zoom. This is crazy. Like, you get the full quality, you know. And this is the kit lens too. It's not like it's some crazy expensive lens. It's the one that comes with the camera. The quality on this cam versus this, which has only a digital zoom, the Elgato face cam, yeah. This is way nicer. This is still gonna serve as my backup cam, but yeah, let me know what the image quality looks like on y'all's end. That's some nice nose hairs. Yeah, let's see. Pog, I can see your pores. Hey, Chris is in the chat. Everyone, please give a shout out to Chris. I also, if you're interested, I don't know, maybe some of you are like trying to start streaming out or content creation. This camera is pretty nice, and he bought it for, I believe, 140 bucks, which crazy cheap, right? The Elgato face cam was like 175, or I think it was supposed to be MSRP 200, but you know, you always find it on sale. But yeah, this camera, I have a link to Chris's video down in this stream description below, so if you want to check that out, check out his channel, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you again, Chris, for selling me this camera. But I hope everyone's doing well. We're just gonna chill for a bit, let people get to stream. And how's everyone doing today? I still do not have full access to my house yet. Everything is still here in the basement. They're working currently right now, so if I do have to run upstairs for anything, that is why. You might hear the contractor yelling my name down here if he needs me to look at something or to make a decision, so that I might have to do that. But let's see who's all in chat super early. Danny Carbajal, do you consider yourself to have drip? I don't think so. This is like my boomer side showing now, but drip is like the new word for like style / swag, right? And let's see, we got Mr. Good Times and Adam C. That's the channel membership renewal, so thank you for those. Let's see, but do I consider myself to have drip aside from my merch, which I think are very stylish / drippy? Is that the right way to say it? No, but aside from my merch, no, not really. I wear plain tees that cost $7 from Amazon, and then like sweatpants and stuff. I don't have much drip. The merch designs, these, if anything, are just the drippiest things I have. But let's see. Hey, Ryan. Okay, so Ryan Schultz in the house. He's a friend of mine who lives in Oregon, and he actually asked me about graphics card pricing and if I could help find him a graphics card tonight. So Ryan, we're gonna look for a $300-ish graphics card for you, which there's only one graphics card really, unless you have a bigger budget to spend. So let me know, so when we start looking in a bit, if you have more to spend, there's a $500 475 6700 XT going around right now. But yeah. Hello Jawa, official Jawa. I think that's Amanda that usually drives that, unless someone else got reins today. But we got Drevler in the house as always, one of the earliest, not the first to comment, but one of the earlier ones. We got Kale130, who I believe was talking about his keyboard that he got recently. We got Generic Woodworking Channel, good to see you again. Shane Eslick as always, hello Shane from Australia. We got E, a bunch of E's. Kevin Ngo, of course, as always, the mod and the deal finder that I usually pin Kevin's deals in the chat at above. Right now, we have the 6700 XT I was just talking about, found by Kevin in the chat. It's an Amazon link. Let's see, we got Benny Joy TV, Travis H, finally got here on time for a stream. Thank you for being early, Travis. Ransacked, who else do we have? Arbiters, Craig Lilly, as always, the first commenter. Andrew Woodford was here earlier, but he might be going to the gym. Federico Gonzalez. Yeah, I'm on tech as well. And then Mike 1360, who could not make it to the stream because he has work interfering. But alright, so as we did last week, I am gonna play all the channel membership renewals that happened since. Oh, and I also want to play Mike 1360's super chat. Hey, what's up, Benjamin? Danny Carbajal says, have you seen Spy X Family? What is Spy X Family? I've never heard of that. Or maybe I have, but Spy X Family. Oh, okay. That's a manga / anime. I've never seen it or heard of it. I will keep this up on the tab, though, so I can look into it. Hey, what's up, Jacob Vincent? The GTX 1630 has a weird name to it. Yeah, seeing it as a GTX and not just like a GT, that does look a little weird. Hey, we got Shauner here. What's up, Shauner? It slaps. Watch it with your girl for real. Let's see. What year was this? Okay, original run. Oh, okay, so it's a more modern one. I find some of the older anime harder to watch just because like either the animation quality or just the overall quality is not as good. So unless it's something that you like grew up with, like Cowboy Bebop or something, then it's easier to watch. But if you're watching something for the first time or heard of it for the first time, going back in time is a little bit difficult, especially when it's like over like 20 years old plus. Does anyone else think Danny is looking heckin' cute today? Says Drebler. Thank you, Jason. Yeah, GTX means it should have full NVENC support though, says Coalition Gaming Chris. Good point on that. Is there news out on that? I'll probably pull that up in a second. But channel membership appreciation as always. Thank you for everyone supporting through the channel membership program where you get these cool little cute emojis as well as discount on merch and things like that. Yeah, old ones are so long. Well, some of the new ones are long too. I can't believe there's gonna be a third part of Attack on Titan final season. Like what? Yeah, so that would be a fun video to do. I still need to buy RX 6400. Trying to find one on the secondhand market just because I don't want to like buy that brand new. But then doing something like that versus the 1630 would be pretty cool. Let's see. So today's stream is actually gonna be pretty chill. We're gonna do a little bit of like looking at prices for graphics cards just to level set. I think everything is for the most part the same price. Like Nvidia cards have not budged in price. AMD cards are maybe like $10 to $20 discounted under MSRP. That's what we've been seeing in the previous weeks. And then we'll probably spend more time if there are like Twitter submissions. So if y'all have any of that, feel free to submit, not now, but when we get to that point. And then we'll have more time to spend on that. I do have a really hard cutoff at 2 hours today. I have family who is in town. My cousin from California is moving up here to Washington for her residency. Her boyfriend is here too, but he's flying out today. So I want to say bye to him before he leaves, which is around at like a little bit after 7. So yeah, I have a hard cutoff at 7 today. So I need to accommodate for that and make sure I do the last, chilling portion with the stream, before 7 hits. What's a cheap budget ATX case? We can actually take a look at that in a second. Okay, so any other updates aside from that though? No, so we can just hop right into the browser. So is anyone in the market aside from Ryan, who we will get to, for a graphics card right now? I haven't seen any crazy good deals. Like I said, $10 to $20 discount on AMD side. That's about it. But I do want to take a look at Nvidia just because there are there's still always going to be people who prefer NVIDIA no matter what. So I'm just waiting for their cards to drop in price. So we're looking at NVIDIA or EVGA. We're looking at B stock right now. So B stock, low to high. If we look at the graphics cards portion of it, the cheapest graphics card that they have on B stock right now, unless there's some like GT 1030 stuff. Nope, we see a bunch of power supplies and AIOs. Looking at graphics cards, there are no 3050s that are 250 this week. So this week, what I'm seeing is cheapest is 2060, which at this point, what's the point in buying? I do not think this is a good price at all. Better to wait for the lower SKU of the 3050 to come back in stock. But yeah, another 2060 here for 300 bucks. So I don't know what's up with NVIDIA, not NVIDIA's, but rather EVGA's pricing on this, because they are the cheapest place to get NVIDIA cards, especially the older ones. But another 2060 for 300 bucks, not really seeing value here. 350 for the 2060 12 gigabyte. Is there no 3050s in B stock? I could have sworn I saw the more expensive one here, but I'm not seeing it. In chat, Hill says, you believe it or not, you are looking for NVIDIA. You're currently on the 1050 Ti 4 gigabyte. Okay, so you are looking for a card. Unfortunately, I don't think there's really many cards, especially if you're looking for more current this gen or previous gen stuff. I don't think there's much value to be had. You would have to start going back to like GTX 1000, like the 1070 for 200 bucks. I think is a pretty good value considering we can't find 3050s right now. So this is B stock. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything that at the lower end that's of good value, but we can't go over to brand new cards. And over here, so they, again, the $250 card that I believe it's pretty much always sold out. We rarely see this one in stock. So this is the, the 3050 XE, XE Gaming. No, it's the XE, no, let me bring it back. Yeah, it is the 3050 XE Black Gaming for $250. We've only seen this in stock maybe once or twice during stream, and it usually goes out of stock fast. You could get this, was this? Oh, yeah, this is $330. I don't think this is really worth it. I would just personally go AMD at this point. We got $400 3060 still. I guess this is slightly cheaper than the 430-ish bucks we've seen in the past. But pretty far from the 330 MSRP still. You have a friend who is willing to sell you a GTX 1060 6GB for $200, ask Hills. Is that worth it? I would say no, because unless 1070s went up in price, that's what you should be looking to pay for a 1070. So we'll go to the lowest price here. Lowest price, buy it now. We should be able to find condition. We'll look for used, open box, seller refurbished, and new. Yes, see, we're finding GTX 1070s. Let me zoom in a bit for y'all because the font is tiny. You can get them for, oh, this is the Founders Edition too. Let me make sure this is legit. Yeah, multiple sales, positive rating, 180 bucks and free shipping. So after tax, like in Washington, 10%. This brings up to 200 bucks. This is a 1070, but if you don't want the Founders Edition card, which I think looks really cool, you could always get like this Gigabyte 2-fan one. But yeah, do not spend $200, please. Do not spend $200 on a 1060. That's worth no more, in my opinion, than maybe 130 bucks right now. The 1070 would definitely be the move to go for if you have around $200, because honestly, anything up from the 1070 right now, you're gonna have to go up to 300 bucks to when we're meeting with the RX 6600s from AMD, or if you're lucky and you somehow find a 3050 for 250. But other than that, there's not much choice in the $200 segment. Yeah, so Kevin Ngo is posting a Corsair 4000D airflow case, so let me bring that up. I have the 6700 XT pinned right now. I can't pin multiple stuff, but here's the Corsair 4000D. If you're looking for a sub $100 case, it is on sale right now for 90 bucks at Best Buy. As Kevin posted, I like this case a lot. This, I mean, it's a Corsair case and one of their like around $100 price point ones. In terms of like cable management, just build quality, like the tempered glass is nice and thick, the magnetic air filters, this feels like a nice case. Definitely worth spending a little bit over compared to like DIY PC cases or Montech cases. Those cases are great if you only have like 50 bucks or 60 to spend and you want like tons of like RGB or like LED lights. But if you're looking for a slightly more premium case, and this isn't even considered that premium, but in my opinion, it's pretty premium feeling over those cheaper $50, $60 cases. This is a pretty good pickup right here. I like this case. This is what I did the custom loop in, and I also have another one actually. Let me show you. I'm also doing another build for a friend of mine. I have the all white version, which this one is not on sale. This one's a little ridiculous. So this is the Corsair white QL version. So you know the 4000D, they have the version that has like the gray accents on it. It has like, make sure I don't drop this thing. Like these vent, like the vent accents are gray. This is the all pure white version. So I'm doing an all white build for a buddy of mine. So it's sitting over here getting ready to be built. But yeah, we got all kinds of stuff for it. Unfortunately, I'm going to be doing it off stream because this is going to be a pretty... It's going to take a little bit more effort. But yeah, I got all white stuff ready to go, man. Got a white motherboard too. Got a white Z690 NZXT motherboard. So this is going to be a pretty cool looking build. So that's a few weeks out though. But yeah, really love 4000D cases. Let's see. They didn't ruin it with the gray, says Shauner. Yeah, so the only issue is, let's take a look at this case on Corsair's website. So Corsair 4000D QL. They didn't ruin it with the white, but they're charging a premium for this, and I didn't get that sent in from Corsair. We bought that. So here it is. So this is the all white version, 250 bucks. It does come with 4 fans though, 4 of their RGB fans. So, and it comes with like the fan hub and controller and stuff. So you're kind of forced into buying those things at this higher $250 price point. But I mean, come on, look how like this is as white as you can get pretty much in terms of a PC case. Yeah, none of the gray trim and stuff like that. It looks good. This is going to be an aesthetic build. It is not going to be like budget oriented one because it's like multiple thousands of dollars, and a decent amount of money was spent on getting the aesthetics right. So it's not just price to performance, which is nice to do every once in a while. But yeah, let's see what chat's saying. Why is the IQ version so much more expensive? Well, and then they can also just dictate the price when which I don't know, could you call that a scummy move? They're just forcing a bundle with their other products. Let's see. Joel says, Danny, this is my case. The Aero Cool Cylon. Okay, so this is the case that Joel has. And this is the case, if y'all remember, when I surprised Casey with a new PC. I actually bought this case from Amazon to do that. It was one of the few cases that I could get in like a short amount of time to do the build, like literally the night before LAN. But so this is the Cylon case. Did they change this to tempered glass yet? Let me see. No, so they might not have. So this case, it doesn't have the best airflow. For the parts that I put in Casey's build, it was fine because it was like a 1060 and like a Ryzen 3 processor. So it was fine. The version that I got though didn't. Oh, I had, see, this is the biggest problem with it. But it's a. How much is the Cylon going for right now? Aero Cool. Yeah, for $54, acrylic side window. Yeah, I think there's much better value to be had elsewhere in other cases. Like I've used this case, but I would not recommend it unless it was like $30 or something. I am like not a fan at all of acrylic side windows, just because they scratch, and once they scratch, you cannot take out that buff or take out that scratch. It's there forever. Whereas tempered glass, I've shown this on stream before. Maybe I can show it now, and I'll do it with no, I don't have any tempered glass aside from that one. I guess I'll do it from here. Yeah, like this is how good glass is. Like you can like knock on it with a key, and you can scratch it with a key, and it's fine. Granted, this still has the protective covering on it, but you get the point. Like even without the protective covering, I'd be okay with like rubbing my key all up on it, where you would never want to do that with acrylic. So that's the only issue with the case, Joel. And in my opinion, that's kind of a big issue. Hey, Christopher Cooney in the chat, what is up? This is the best stream on the tech tip. Danny's Tech Tips. Yes. Christopher Cooney says, acrylic sucks. Hey, Jeller. Yeah, mine didn't come with mounting hardware. The kid lost it. Let's see. I'm making you nervous, Shauner. I'm doing good, Chris. Hope you're doing well yourself. We're just chilling right now, looking at NVIDIA graphics cards being still somewhat overpriced. Come on now. We're like over a year since these cards released, and they still are having trouble hitting MSRP. What is up with that? We're gonna go to Newegg real quick and see if they have any good promo codes, because I'm still looking for a graphics card for Ryan. So RX. Let's see. So we're gonna be looking at Newegg. What is your desktop graphics cards? Okay. Today's a good day. Weather-wise, it's not super sunny in Washington right now. It's kind of overcast where I live in Lynnwood. But over by you, Chris, it's probably sunnier on the east side, northeast side. All right, we're looking at Radeon 6000 series and RTX 3000 series. Ransack says, anyone have a good PSU for the 6560? Do you mean to say 6950 XT? So you're looking for a power supply. We could probably try to find one in a second here. For that, I don't even know what the 6950's minimum is. Is it? I think it might be 700 watts. 6950 XT PSU requirement. Let's see what the good old Google says. 750 watt. From Guru 3D. What does AMD say? You need at least 650 watt. I would 750, depending on the rest of your system. 750 to 800 is what it's sounding like. And so we can look for that in a second. All right, so we got 6400s going for like 160 bucks, 180 bucks. Where is 6500 XTs going for the 200 bucks? We're not interested in those. My buddy Ryan is just looking for a graphics card upgrade from, I think he is on the 1060 right now. Ryan, you in the chat? What do you have? Dang, look, tons of bundles though. Tons of bundles right now. Who would buy these? Look at this. 6500 XTs for 300 bucks. Oh, it's not sold by Newegg, so I guess that kind of makes sense, but 6600. Ooh, okay. For 320, free shipping. It's not from Newegg. It's from TNND. Kind of risky, but it's a Sapphire Pulse, not light edition, it looks like. Or you can get a 3050 for 322 bucks. Would not recommend. Then we have the MSI Mix. Okay, so I'm thinking the Sapphire Pulse 6600 would be what I'm going to recommend to my friend. For... Dang, where were the $300 cards at? Oh, here's one. Here's the light edition for 310. But no... Oh, here we go. ASRock 6600. I just skipped right over it. These two. Yeah, so... Actually, I'm probably going to recommend him the Swift 210. Okay, you're still at work, Ryan? Yeah, no problem. I think this is going to be the one. I'll send you a link in our chat for it. But, yeah, this XFS card, 300 bucks. Not going to find a better card for this price, like, price to performance wise. Because this is kind of it for AMD, and NVIDIA is just not as good right now. Generic Woodworking Channel says, would 750 watt be enough for a 3080 and a 12700K? Yeah, it will be. Let's see. Other than this, though, let's take a look at 1060 prices. So I'm still planning on doing like a $300 to $400 budget build, but the graphics card is pretty much gonna what dictates the price. Everything else, like it would be an i3 10th gen probably to get it that cheap, but how cheap you can get a graphics card is what's gonna determine how good the system is gonna be. Because RAM and stuff, we can easily get 16 gigs. And we can get a 10100, but these are all parts only, pre-owned. So the cheapest 1060, no display, huh? Okay. I see 130 bucks about after shipping. I could take a look at Jawa actually. Bitwit, Kyle from Bitwit, aka Awesome Sauce. I haven't heard that in a while. Awesome Sauce, but he made a video showcasing the build that he bought all the parts from Jawa. He bought all the parts from Jawa. If you haven't seen that video, go to Bitwit's channel. He was not able to get everything on Jawa because things like RAM pricing, the prices on Jawa were so close to Amazon or just like barely below it that it wasn't worth buying it used. He just bought it new. But I did want to take a look at what Jawa's GPU selection, because I might pick it up from here for the $300 to $400 build, but it depends on if people have been listing them for a decent price. So the selection still isn't huge right now, and I've talked about this before. A lot of the good deals gets snatched up by the Jawa building community. Some of them are in this chat right now, but yeah, so they're watching it like a hawk. Any of the good deals, they pick it up, they put it into a build, and then they can, you know, quote unquote flip it, right? Or make a build and sell their services that way. So sometimes it's pretty... Oh, a GTX 980 for 135. This isn't bad. Other than that, though, there's not much else. The 1060 for 150, I think that's a little bit overpriced. A water block here, a 570 for 175. I think that's kind of overpriced too. I'd rather just spend the extra 25 bucks or like 15 bucks and get the 1070s that we found on eBay earlier. Here's the 1070 for 175. This is good. What is the shipping cost to me? 25 bucks. Can I modify this? Come on, bring that down, baby. 25 bucks still. So yeah, this will be 200 bucks. Not bad though. Not the best model of the 1070. But I'm glad to see that there's a little bit more of a selection right now. This 980 ACX though, so this will be like 150 after shipping. Not a horrible price. It is a bit older of a card, so if you're worried about driver support and stuff, that could be an issue. in like a few years. Right now, it's still fine. Like these cards are still supported just fine. You can still play games on them. But yeah, let's see. We got 1060 for 180, a 1070 for 190 here. Man, what's up with all of these? It's being sold by the same person, Mighty Jawa. They have multiple of these single fan Asus cards. Not a big fan of these ones with the blower style coolers. Shauner says, "Don't look at me. I'm taking a break from buying parts." Yeah, and Shauner, were you ever operating like in this like budget range? Because I know a lot of your systems have been using like the newer cards, basically like the 6600 and 3060s and stuff like that. But were you ever going back to like the 10,000 the 1000 series rather, and the 900 series GTX? Yeah. Drebler says, if you're an adult in 2022 with a job, don't buy a 9 series card. That's kind of a good point. Though it all depends, right? Not even if you are an adult with a job, you may not be that like that much of an enthusiast or like that into PCs, or you might be playing games like, I don't know, Rocket League or something, which I guess you could use a cheaper card. But I don't know. Some people just they only have like 400 or 500 that they want to spend, especially as like maybe a starter PC. You could always upgrade your graphics card down the line and resell this for most of its value. You know, if you keep it in good condition and you picked it up for a good enough deal that you don't lose anything by reselling it. But the 900 series cards, I don't know. I've used the 970 recently, benchmarking all the different games with it. For me, it performed fine. But yeah, obviously, if you spend more money, you're gonna get better performance. Christopher Cooney just updated his pick. That is it feels so weird seeing a different pick on there. But nice pick. Hey, have a good one, Joel. Have a good one. Alright, Kevin Go found an Amazon deal for a team group drive. So let's take a look at this. $70. The MP33. Yeah, I mean, if you're on a budget and you're trying to shave like $20 off a drive, this drive would work just fine. An SSD over a hard drive is way better. That performance difference is way better than a budget SSD to a more premium SSD. Like the noticeable difference between the two. Max Humphrey, you are generic woodworking channel. You're on both accounts at the same time. Let's see. Is the NZXT H510 flow worth it? No worries, Joe. Tonight's chat or tonight's stream actually just gonna be a lot of me looking at chat as well. Just because I'm pretty tired. I've been pretty busy these last few days, so and I don't have any active projects going on, so just a chill stream where I'm focusing more on chat and actually being able to pull stuff up without using Twitter is pretty nice too. So NZXT H510 mid tower at Best Buy is $85. Where's the oh, this is the flow. Cause remember when the flow first came out, it was like I think around $100. It was pretty hard to find it under 100, but right now they're showing it was 90 and now it's 85. I would say the H510 flow at $85 is like a good price. I like the H510. I never had a problem even with the non-flow version. Just as long as you know what happens when you don't have a ventilated front panel. I built plenty of systems in the non-flow version and the temps are just fine. Like, a lot of people love just regurgitating what Gamers Nexus says without actually putting it into context or without actually like realizing what parts they want to choose. Because you can fit quite a bit in the non-flow case and still have just perfectly fine temps. The flow version obviously has better airflow and better temps, but it has everything else that I like about NZXT in terms of like pretty sleek looks, good cable management, and all that stuff. In terms of the fan selection, they don't provide a lot of fans with this case, so it's just the one in the front, one in the back. But if you, with the flow, because you can see through it, you might want to get yourself some RGB fans or something that look nice, or you can just get a pack of like plain Arctic fans on Amazon, just a plain black set for really cheap, and you got a solid case here. So yeah, I would say, Joel, yes, if you're looking for a new case and you want to pick this up, I give you the thumbs up. Coalition Gaming, Chris says, I like the flow. Yes, the flow is great. Kevin Ngo likes the 4000D better than this. So let's pull up the 4000D again. Between the two, so I built in both of these. Let me try to think which one I like more. This one's only $5 more. So on Amazon, there's 90 bucks on sale right now. Let me think between these two. Which one do I like better? Okay. In terms of like radiator support and stuff, with the 4000D, you can fit more at the top because the H510 flow follows similar to the H510. You can only have a single fan up here at the top. That it only has cutouts for one fan up here. Whereas the 4000D, you can fit like an AIO at the top or two fans if you want. The whole top is ventilated, so you get more ventilation there. Also, keep in mind, the 4000D has a full tempered glass side panel all the way down to the shroud, covering that. Whereas the 510 has a smaller tempered glass panel with the solid portion of this down here. But honestly, I like both of them. Like, I wouldn't fault someone for choosing one case over the other. Oh, how much of an upgrade would the AeroCool Cylon AeroCool. So, hey, it's Joel is asking how much of an upgrade is this 4000D over the Cylon, which I'm trying to pull up right now, but AeroCool's website. Come on, AeroCool. How much of an upgrade would it be over this? Maybe I can pull, yeah. So we're looking at this Cylon versus this one. I would say huge upgrade. I would say that's worth the upgrade. Joel, did you buy the Cylon? Did you buy this case because you saw the video that I used it in when I gave Casey the free PC? Or did you buy this on your own? Because I would honestly feel kind of bad if you bought it because like I showcased it in that video. I need to go back to watch that. I don't believe I said great things about this case when I talked about it, but I need to watch that again because the acrylic side panel definitely what I'm not a fan of. And AeroCool, it's kind of like AeroCool is pretty similar to like DIY PC and Montech in terms of if you're gonna look at like the tiers of premiumness. Yeah, this is definitely not on the same level as like the NZXT or 4000D at all. This is a huge upgrade. I would say to do it. And then if you do the upgrade, this case is going to last you a long time. If you're buying like the 4000D or H510 Flow, it should last you multiple upgrade cycles unless for whatever reason you try to like fit way more in than they can fit. But in terms of their build quality, yeah, these will last a while. Coalition Gaming says LandCool 2 mesh is my favorite under $100. 2 mesh. Yeah, I like the LandCool as well. I actually have one sitting back there. The issue is it's sometimes hard to find. So then you might have to like look at something like the 215, which is a little bit cheaper. But yeah, I don't see these going on sale that often. But yeah, also love the Lian Li LandCools as well. Yes, you're listening to David's his music, Andrew. Nice. Hopefully you're having a good workout, Andrew. And thank you for also still streaming it or tuning in to the stream even though you're working out. I was about to say, John, 2900X. I've never heard of that. 230 for a 3900X. That's actually, what are those even going for? In the used market, I don't really have like a good gauge of what like the higher end, slightly older processors go for. 3900X, parts only. So we got a bunch of broken ones. The first non-broken one is 200 and about 255, 260 bucks. So, solid deal, 230 for 3900X. I was using that recently up until the most recent PC upgrade. So, yeah, very good CPU. Kuya Isaac says, I just bought a LAN cool and it showed up damaged. Oh no. Are you getting a replacement on the full case or are they just sending a replacement? Also, what is this? Thank you, Jason, for getting this Naked HD XYZ. Just try this cheapest sex Tinder. What the heck kind of name is that? I'm gonna, wait. Unhide this user in the channel? What? YouTube. YouTube really needs to get their act together because I've already hidden this user on the channel. Like, when I go to their name, it says unhide user on the channel. So why is their message even showing up where the mods have to delete it? Like, come on, YouTube. I'll show you right now. You see this? This is the option I get. It says to unhide the user. Why are they even showing up if I've already have them hidden? So that's annoying. Sorry about that. But thank you to the mods for catching that very fast. Though the cheapest sex Tinder, huh? I wonder what that's about. Not for me, of course, but for anyone who might need those services. Let's see. So we were looking at Java until I digressed and just went off on a tangent on random stuff. But we got an RX 590, not a very common card that you see too often compared to like the 480 and 580. Then we start getting to kind of the overpriced stuff right here. But we're 43 minutes into the stream. I'm trying to figure out if we should just do Twitter early tonight so people can showcase their stuff and we can look at PC parts lists, or if there's anything else I wanted to look at today. I'm gonna chill with chat for a second here and see what's up. Drebler says, I had a dream where Danny and me were dating. Thoughts? Have I ever had a dream where I was dating another man? I don't believe so. But if I did, I wonder how I would feel in that dream. Like, would I freak out? Like, what the heck? This isn't normal? Or would I just be, like, cool with it? No idea, but... Traveler is a homewrecker in their dreams. Jason is very much a homewrecker. I'm just kidding. Don't clip that. Don't take that out of context. I don't want to ruin people's reputation here. How much do you reckon for a 40 series NVIDIA card? Honestly, I'm not even worried about the next generation of graphics cards right now, because as the trend goes, they usually just release the top like 3 SKUs, like the 80 or the 90, 80, and 70, or sometimes even just the 2 of them, like the 80 and 70. The 60 cards usually don't come for a little bit, and even when they do come, they're probably going to see an increase in height over the 3060, not in height, in price over the 3060, and not be available for the longest time. So if you need a card right now, if you don't mind AMD, that's just what I'm pushing. Like, I don't want to be one of those people who says, wait, just wait, just wait, when people have already waited this long, and there's always going to be something better around the corner. You don't need the newest generation of stuff to make yourself happy. Like, I just upgraded now, near the end of these product cycles, quote unquote, right? Like, we have all this stuff around the corner now, and I just upgraded up to the 6000 series AMD. And like, I was enjoying the 2060 just fine beforehand. So, I haven't formed many opinions on the new series of cards yet, just because there's not enough solid information out. And I don't think there's a point in really speculating. Put the 580 in the PC Hall of Fame. Do you think the RX 480 or the 580 deserve the Hall of Fame more though, because the 580 is somewhat of a rebadge of the 480. It's similar enough, right? But I think the 480 over the 380 rather was like a way bigger leap in performance. Which, man, I have not thought about 200 and 300 series AMD RX cards in a really long time. It's been a while since I've given those thought. What's this SC mean in the 1650? And then Coalition Gaming answered with the super clock. There's some great deals right now. Use that MSI. Yeah, so let's actually take a look at that. If you have like 700, 800 bucks to spend, the 3080 cards have been the cheapest that they've ever been. Lowest priced. This one right here, you can get a white card. You can get a white 3080, which I should have bought. I bought a different white card for this build next to me here, but this right here, if you don't mind the look of the purpleness with Drebler, Jason Drebler actually has this card. So I don't want to say too many bad things about it, but I personally just don't like the aesthetics of this card. Why couldn't they just make it all white? I guess you could get a piece of vinyl or vinyl carbon fiber or something and just like tape it over that. I wish they just made this pure white, because all the other sides, like this side looks fine. It looks like, you know, just fine, just has the plain white, and then the front of the card, this looks fine too. It's just the weird purple reflection. What was Gigabyte thinking with this Vision OC card? This is an LHR model, but yeah, you can get this for I'll link it, but I'm not sure who's in the market for this. Yeah, you can get it for 800 bucks with $30 off. Again, this is still 10% over MSRP, but I'm not sure if I've seen a brand new 3080 for much cheaper than this. I think maybe they've gone down to 750 temporarily on a really good deal, but we haven't. I don't believe we've hit $700 for 3080s, which is their intended MSRP. Are you going to have a summer LAN party? Yes. Okay. So LAN party. Next LAN party will be here at my house. It will be here in the basement. So this space. Let me turn the light. Let me show the space. Let me show you what we're working with here right now. Still very messy. All right. I'm hoping this camera, the HDMI cord doesn't like go crazy, but I'm thinking during the LAN party, we're gonna be here. So there's a bunch of crap right here because of we have it all packed. But yeah, I'm thinking we run a table from that wall all the way across here, all the way to that, or multiple tables across that wall with a break where the stairway is. And then we'll have access to the deck and other stuff back there for the barbecue during the LAN. So that's going to be happening the weekend. When is that happening? July. Let me turn this. The next LAN party is going to be July 22nd weekend. So I've been able to get the LAN party videos edited and out quicker as of recent. It only takes like a few weeks to a month now, so I'm hoping to get that out ASAP. And we're gonna be also utilizing the remodeled main floor that we're doing right now, so that should be really nice. Stream it, yeah. Everyone always asks for the streaming of the LAN parties, but to split my attention between the stream and the LAN party and try to record at the same time, I'll see if I can stream maybe a portion of it. Maybe during one of the gaming sessions we can have a random stream. But yeah, thanks for mentioning that. I'll try to fit that in. Okay, what else do we have here? Oh, Shauner says the top and the bottom of this one are silver. Yeah, that's a good point. It's got like a brushed metal look on it. I think for white builds though, I would think that, let me see. So yeah, you're talking about it being silver right there. You sure? So the bottom I'm not too worried about, because I never use a riser card. So seeing the back though, let me see. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, I think you might have mentioned this in the previous stream too, Shauner. Okay, this is totally misleading. this picture, you can see how it's very metallic. That versus this, that doesn't even look anywhere the same. So yeah, getting the actual product shots is definitely it's good that they have this here for customers to upload their own shots. Yeah, even the silver goes down to here too. Ooh, Jason, can you submit to Twitter your PC again? Not, you know, just so we can see it. I'm not gonna bash it or anything. But let's see. Hey, it's Joe says, here's what I need. 8+ SATA ports in the motherboard, I'm guessing. Room for 8 2.5-inch drives and with a couple of 3.5-inch mechanical drives. The good thing about 2.5-inch drives, assuming you're going SSD, you can just shove them kind of anywhere. Just make sure you have maybe a little bit of airflow so they're not just all sandwiched together. But you can literally put them anywhere. You could double-sided sticky tape the SSDs anywhere because, you know, they're pretty much shock-proof and they can be oriented in any way. So, and they're pretty small. But 8 2.5-inch drives, that is a lot. That's still a lot of drives though. Kenny D says, I managed to get an RTX 2070 for 250 pounds in my local marketplace when they sell for 350 on eBay. I haven't seen a 2070 since, okay, so yeah, 2070 for 250 pounds. I need to do the conversion because I'm gonna to USD. $304. Yeah, that actually, I mean, because we're kind of comparing it to like 3060, right? And in the US, we have better prices. So yeah, that sounds like a pretty good deal for where you're at. Okay. Danny Carbajal, I'm back. What are you doing? Okay, we're actually almost an hour into stream. If you have anything to submit on Twitter, instructions are in the description below. Maybe I can copy and paste it as well. But yeah, oh, can I not? Is this too much? No. All right, so information is down below if you want us to look at any PC part picker lists or just showcase your setup. Have any other questions? If you have any interesting articles just within the PC tech space in general, I can't do it today, but in future streams, you can also submit YouTube videos and we can watch like a little clips and portions of it, like product showcases. If there's anything from like CES or Computex or just anything like that, you can link videos too, and I'll pull up on stream, as long as it doesn't have like copyright music. But yeah, let's see. The AeroCool case sells for $150 on Amazon Canada. Yeah, when Amazon doesn't have stuff in stock and it's third-party sellers like reselling stuff, prices are just horrible. So yeah, that's horrible value. But yeah, no problem. See you later, Joel. Have a good one, and thanks for stopping by stream. The EU market is trash with deals. Yeah, unfortunately, most places, aside from Canada, I feel like a lot of places don't have the best prices, but Jawa and International, it's on their radar. So if Jawa can be like another resource for people to go to find parts, especially used parts, that should hopefully help like just the market in general. Are you going to buy a 4090 when they come out? No, I am. First, that's just like way too expensive. The 4090s, do they even have a projected MSRP? Let's see, RTX 4090 MSRP. Let's just see if there's any articles that even talked about it. Prices and specs. This is PC Gamers N. Is this even a reputable source, or is this one of those AI generated like sources? Okay, let's see. 4090, let me see, is there okay, so there is someone's name attached to it. So hopefully there's some credibility here, maybe. But okay, 4090, which might actually release as the 5090. Have y'all heard of this? The RTX 4090, which might actually release as the 5090. When was it? Has the only time Nvidia did this in recent memory was with the 800 series, right? The GTX 800 series, where that was only mobile, and it went from GTX 700 to 900 series on desktop. But I don't know if there's any truth to this. Okay, they're saying, I think I saw earlier. Okay, where is YouTuber graphically so this article is referencing just a YouTuber and not like any actual, I guess, where did graphically challenge hear that from? Believes the 4090 could set you back $1899. For context, the current 3090 comes in at $1,500. So that's why I don't really like, until we get something official from Nvidia or from like a known leaker. I don't really like looking at the rumor mill, because that's all it is. It's a rumor. They're just trying to drive clicks and stuff so that they can have these ads running on the side so that they can make some money. But yeah. Stop skipping numbers, please. Honestly, yeah, I don't get why companies skip numbers. Are they trying to just get to the end of it sooner? Because think about it. Once we get to, like, let's just say we get to 9000 series, right? RTX 9090 or whatever. You're gonna have to like redo the naming scheme. You're no way they're going like 10,000 something. That just looks stupid. So there's always like a great reset when you get to the end of stuff. Like when it got to the end of 900, they just great resetted it to. Actually, no, they went to 1,000. No, they just kept continuing it. But once you get to 10,000, that's a little bit different. I don't know if you can just keep rolling it up higher. They will go back to the 100s. Yeah, that'd be interesting if they go all the way back to like. But they would change. So they could go back to RTX 280 or something, because originally with the GTX. So yeah, we're still a ways off from that though. If we're looking at like every 1.5 to 2 years per generation, then we still have quite a bit to go until Nvidia gets there. AMD is starting to approach that though. They're already in the mid 6,000s, right? What's gonna be funny is if it ever works out that Nvidia and AMD are at the same number series. Which, man, what if that's what Nvidia is trying to do? They're trying to catch up because people look at the two numbers and they automatically think AMD cards are better because it has a higher number. So maybe Nvidia is doing it on purpose to try to catch up. That's my own rumor that you could, if you want to, go spread. Let's see. Coalition Gaming says AMD finally unified their CPU naming with the 5000 series and immediately abandoned it. Wait, what do you mean by that, Chris? Are you talking about for both desktop and laptop, or are you talking about something else? In 5 years? Oh yeah, I have an i7 17700K and an RTX 10080. Yeah. They'll probably just shift it to 10800 or something like that. Alright, so we got some Twitter stuff to look at. Let me see. Twitter. Home, Twitter. Notifications. Alright, so we got some submissions. Oh, we got Drebbler's post right here, but let's go down. Alright, so we got Xtert, NOAB Streams, we got our PC part picker list. Can you make my build better? And you got a picture of Gideon on there. Alright, so this is your build, or I don't know if you have this build already, or if you're just trying to improve it. But we're looking at a 12400F, very standard, what we've been seeing in the past few weeks. We've got a B660M, the cheapest B660 board, which is going to be the Gigabyte one. Team Group, T-Force Delta, 3600 CL18, very standard, $65, nothing wrong there. It's white RGB, very clean looking kit of RAM. We got a MP33. Okay, to make your build better, I would say you definitely, I don't know, maybe if you already have SSDs, then it's no issues. And this is, you didn't put your name, but it's okay. Who is Xtert? Unless you are also Xtert in the YouTube chat. We got a 1650. And then you got a Piece 360A, which is fine for $70. Supernova 650 watt power supply for $60. Supernova GAs. So the first thing that's glaring to me is this tiny SSD. Oh, Xtert is in here as themselves. Okay. Yes, you need more storage for sure. I would get at a minimum 500 gigabytes, but we just saw where was it? The MP33 Amazon, the 1 terabyte. You could spend MP33. Where's the 1 terabyte? You could spend 3 times as much for $70, less than 3 times as much, because it's 70, not 75. And this one's already $27. You can spend like 2.5 times as much, and get 4 times the storage. So if you could somehow fit in another 34-ish bucks, no, it's $44. Sorry, you can get a 1 terabyte drive of the same one. Please either do that or get 500 gigabyte. But other than that, there's nothing wrong with this build, except for this video card is pretty overpriced. Again, you said, can you make my build better? So do you have this already, or are you looking to buy this? Because if you are, please do not buy the 1650 for $210 from Andorama. But yeah, don't buy this. Get a used GTX 1070 that we saw on eBay. This is PC Part Picker US, so I'm assuming you're from the US. Either that or get the RX 6600 for $300 exactly on Newegg right now. But other than that, it'll be a solid system once you do that. Everything else is fine. Supernova GA. Let's see. Nothing wrong with that, but if it is a C tier, why not go up to a B tier? Asus Tough, which is pretty much like one of the only cheap brand new B tier PSUs. So Supernova. So let's take a look at the Supernovas. Where are they located at? Supernova GA. So this is a lower priority unit, B tier. Okay, so yeah, you could go with that one too. And it looks like for 650 watts for $60, it costs the same as the Asus Tough. So yeah, that's fine there. Hopefully that helps Xtert. Yeah, or the used 1070 is also good from Jawa. Just $200, GTX 1070, it's gonna perform way better than a 1650. It'd be a different story if this was a 1650 Super or a 1660, but it's not. So hopefully that helped Xtert. Okay, we got, can you tell me this is a good PC? I bought it from Jawa, price to performance wise. This is Ong. Hopefully I'm saying that right, AUNG. We got, okay, Oyako PC. This is a Ryzen 5 1600 plus the RX 470 for $365. I mean, I can just already tell this is pretty good because the GPU is worth at least $100. It's a little bit older, but that's just what it is right now. There's not the like under $150 GPU market right now is not the best. Like, we haven't fully recovered from the pandemic effects yet. So, but it's in a BitPhoenix case with red LED fans. I mean, the case looks fine. It has ventilation. The build itself, there was care into like the aesthetics. We got the extensions. We got the red RAM. We do have a stock cooler, which is fine. Let's look at the specs. What are we looking at here? 470 Ryzen 5 1600 for a build that's sub $400. That a 1600 is gonna be fine. We got B350 Tomahawk, 550 watt power supply. This one came with only 250 gigabyte SSD. Race Stealth 10 Pro. You got your build fee in here, 16 gigabytes. So the RAM is a little bit slower, Corsair Vengeance LPX Red. It looks like this isn't gonna have XMP any higher, so you would have to manually like try to tune it if you want to go any higher, but I think it'll be fine. It's not like the RAM's not gonna hold it back that much, because we don't have like the most powerful graphics card that's gonna want to push that much higher frame rate. For 365, considering build fee and all that, yeah, I think this is a solid build. Just looking at those specs. So this is Oyoko PC, one of the verified sellers on Jawa. Usually has their stuff priced very well. So thanks for the submission for that. We got Nemus Dark. Okay, let's look at the chat real quick. Dreller says fake Japanese. Oh, Jason, you troll. What a great dude indeed. Christopher Coonan says, I cannot wait for Intel Arc. So before we look at the next thing, Intel Arc. Do we have like a hard date for Intel Arc GPUs? For the US anyways? Like, what is the latest news article? May. Release date. I don't care about laptops. That's what we were seeing, but Intel Arc release date. Summer 2022. According to their event in March. But you know how stuff just be moving. Like, dates get pushed. Igor's Lab claims that we could see high-end Alchemist cards launch. Okay, so Igor's Lab is pretty legit, but July to August. After a delay, okay. July as of right now. Who wants to bet? Who's feeling like gambling? Nah, there's no way. I wish there's a way for us to run. I guess we could run a poll and always revisit that later. Do you think, yeah, let's run a poll. We have not run a single poll tonight yet. Do you think Intel desktop GPUs will be out by July 2022? Yes or no? Let's just see what how much faith do people have in Intel and releasing something this summer? I am gonna vote. I'm gonna vote no, because here's why I'm voting no. I'm gonna vote no because if they don't get it out by July or this summer, then I'm gonna be right. But if they do get it out, I'm not mad. I will happily be wrong for Intel to finally have, viable competitive desktop graphics cards out. So no matter what, I feel like I win. So that's why, everyone's saying no. Look at, people do not have faith in the chat. We got 80%, 81% no. Oh, I got rice cooking that I need to give to Melissa and my cousins who are upstairs real quick. Y'all, let me show you the rice real quick. Let me show you the Instapot rice game in a second here. But let's look at this poll. Christopher Coonan says, I figured September, but Intel says July as right now. Ovo Sang says, Danny, should I build using current gen hardware? We're going to go 12700K and 3080 Ti. Do you wait till next gen AMD and 4000 series? If you need a PC right now, build right now. Like, I have a PC build right here that has NVIDIA 3000 series and Intel 12th gen, even though people are saying, like, the next gen is around the corner. Because my friend needs to build, like, now. Their build is, like, 8 years old at this point, and they just want a new system. If you already have a good working system, then, yeah, sure, by all means, wait. That's just, like, my general advice. Shauner says, I was super hopeful early on during the shortage, but now I'm doubtful of ARC. At least coming soon. Even Christopher Coonan says no. Yeah, so we got like about 80%. 4 times as many no's as we have yeses. Okay, so we're gonna get back to the Twitter, but let me show you my rice, because I actually haven't checked on it yet. Hopefully it turned out well. Let me see. Alright, we're gonna take a look at the rice real quick. I got my Instapot rice right here. I haven't touched it yet, so we can dig into it and see. Ooh, it's just been sitting, like keeping warm, you know. But we'll put this on the ground. Is this hot? No, it's touchable. So this is the Instapot rice. Let's see if we can get a good. Oh, we can't get a good. All right, but I got some forks here. We're using disposable stuff right now because all of our actual stuff is packed up. Alright. So we're gonna dig into this rice real quick. You thought this was a PC tech related stream? Come on now. Ooh. Alright. So, anyone out there a type of person who can just eat plain rice? I know some people like that. Some people who are just okay with just eating rice with nothing. They love rice. I'm Asian, but I'm not that type of person. Whoops, I just dropped some rice on my keyboard. I'm the type of person where I have to eat like with meat or eggs or something with my rice. I cannot just be eating some of this plain rice, which is trying to zoom in on my face. It's hard to see, but can you see the consistency of it? I'd say this rice came out good. I'll eat this one because I already scooped it up, but I mean, well, plain rice literally has no flavor. No flavor at all, but I gotta run this upstairs so that they can start eating food. Because we got some short ribs and chicken wings that my mom brought over earlier today. But other than that, I'm on Texas. I can't eat just plain rice. When I was a kid, I used to eat rice with some adobo sauce, no meat needed. Yeah, I guess if there's some soy sauce or like adobo sauce or something like that, it'd be good. But plain white rice, just there's nothing here. I taste nothing. Shauner says, what should I have for dinner? Shauner, you should eat Wendy's. Can y'all hear that? Alright, yeah, they're doing a lot of heavy banging upstairs, and it set off one of the alarms, so that's weird. I thought I set it up so that it wouldn't pick up non-voice things in terms of the noise suppression, so I'm surprised that actually went through. Danny, do you ever try the one knuckle trick for your sticky rice? No, I do not use any knuckle tricks. I just eyeball it. Like, I don't stick my finger or put knuckles or anything like on the sticky rice. Yeah. Yeah, Shauner. Shauner was asking about Wendy. No, not Wendy's. Was asking what to eat. Honestly, I really want some Wendy's right now. They're $4 for $4 meal. I mean, come on. You get a drink. You get a fry. You get some nuggies. You can get some spicy nuggies. And then like a cheeseburger or a chicken sandwich or something. Depending on how big you are or how much you eat, it might not be the most filling thing in the world, but for $4, come on. What other fast food place has that good of value? McDonald's, their dollar menu's been slacking lately, but, okay. Chill for a second. You can look at my old PC. I have my old PC running in the background because I'm still transferring stuff from it, and I need to get it ready for me not using it anymore. But I'm going to run this rice upstairs real quick, so I will be right back. All right, we good? We good? Are we good? All right. Christopher Coonan says, I have no Wendy's anywhere near me. Yeah, unfortunately, Wendy's, they're farther and fewer between than something like McDonald's. Same with Burger King. If you're not McDonald's, then you're not around every corner like a Starbucks is. But okay, we're gonna end that poll there. You dude. Okay, Chris, after we figure out the autofocus, it is working really good now. I do sometimes have to focus on, so there's that, like, once it sees like both my eyes, my nose, and my mouth, the autofocus picks up really good. So thank you again, Chris, for that. I do have more cables here because of this camera, but you know what? It looks super sharp and it's true 1080p, unlike when I was using my own DSLR. But okay, what else do we have here? So we're gonna go back to the Twitter submissions. This is my $750 build template. What do you think, says Nemus Dark? $750 build template. Okay, so we are going with 11th gen Intel because we are going for a little bit cheaper. 6600 XT, okay? DIY PC. Which case is this here? For $50. Oh, I gotta fill it in. Pre-installed, huh? So let's see what case we're working with here in this build. DIY PC white. The Q8. Oh, it's this build. Ah, the Q8. Okay. This is a very. Who's used this build recently? I know Tech by Matt used this case recently. I know Zach from Zach's Tech Turf has used this, I believe, multiple times. I know Toasty Bros has built in this. I've never personally built in this case before. I mean, how much is this thing? $50? Yeah, so it's pretty much like one of the few budget options that has like a PSU shroud, tempered glass, like some ventilation in the front, comes with RGB fan, has this little RGB Cyclops looking visor looking panel thing here. But okay, so for $50, I'm not gonna complain. It's just you can't find like really good cheap cases at that price range. But we got a Corsair CB650 from GameStop of all places. For $42. The CB, that's the CB series. Is that the one that had issues before? So always consult the PSU tier list. CB650. This isn't the one that hit D or E tier, was it? So we go to Corsair. CB650. Okay, so that one's a low tier for $42, 650 watt. I'm not gonna complain, because if you want 650 watt from the other ones, you're gonna spend another $20, which is another 50% increase. And for a build like this, it honestly, I don't think it's an issue. But if you're super a stickler about it, you may want to spend another $20 to get either the EVGA one or the Asus Tough one. But I'm gonna say that's fine. Especially these aren't powerful, like super powerful components. 16 gigabytes of RAM. Okay, that's fine. So build template, what do you think? Yeah, 512 gigabyte SSD. Dang, $39 from Silicon Power. So SSD prices keep slowly dropping, but $360 for the 6600 XT. So this is very solid as well. I don't have any issues with this build for $750, honestly. Like CPU, GPU, all that is fine. Yeah, especially with this $20 off promo right now from B&H for $60. It's really hard to try to push a 12th gen CPU in here, because it's gonna cost a little bit, like $30 more here, $20 to $30 more for the 12400F, but it's gonna push this up by another $50 for a B660 motherboard. So I'm not gonna try to say you should go 12th gen here. The 11th gen will work fine. GPU is fine. Yeah, so no major issues with this, aside from if you want a slightly, if you could spend a little bit more on the power supply, if you want to move up one tier on the list. Otherwise, like, this build I think it's fine. What does chat say? You see, Shauner says Zach has used that case. Yeah, because I remember him using it. And then a lot of people on Jawa use it to flip for the PCs, right? Because, yeah, $50 PC case, it's kind of hard to beat that value and still get tempered glass and, like, include RGB fans and stuff. Can you save on the GPU going to 6600 XT? Because those were $370 MSRP. Let me see, just on a quick glance. Actually, PC Part Picker. If we go to PC Part Picker on a different window, let's take a look at RX 6600 XT. If we, oh wait, browse products. I gotta browse by graphics cards. 6600 XT. If we try to look for the cheapest one, it is gonna be that one for $360. I mean, if you wait, you might be able to find like a rebate or a sale. But assuming you want to buy it right now, that is the cheapest one on PC Part Picker. And you could get the 6600 and save, what was it, 40 or 50 bucks, because the other one was 300, so 60 bucks. Is it worth spending another 20% between the two? If you're looking at a pure like price per dollar standpoint, you might have a case for getting a 6600, but then you have lower absolute performance. So I would say this isn't a bad deal right here. The bot is back. Why is the bot back? Why can I not report? Okay, let me report this real quick. Promotes terrorism. I should say this bot promotes terrorism. Pornography or sexually explicit material. Got it. They're reported. They're good to go. They're gone. Okay, but yeah. Honestly, I think this build is fine. Otherwise, like, you could do things aesthetically, like get a better case or get like RAM with LEDs. But in terms of core performance and how it would just play games, this works. All right, we got Shawner with another submission. Let's see. I do think if you're going to use Gigabyte Vision, you should be going for a white/silver theme and not pure white. Good point. So we got Shawner here with the Vision card. So, okay, I gotta maybe retract some of my statements about this card. So here's Shawner's build in a, this is a Lian Li, it's not the Air, but it's the mini version of the 011 Dynamic, it looks like. Did this have the Air panel in front of it, or was this the tempered glass that you took off? I can't tell. But, let's see. It's the 011 Mini, but Air or tempered glass. So here, you can't even tell that this thing's purple. We'll take a look at Jason, who submitted it as well. But yeah, that's a good point. If you can get silver going on like your pump block for your AIO, if you can get silver going on for the motherboard, if you can get, I don't know, traces of silver anywhere else, like the front of this case has silver, it'll look a lot better. So don't go for pure white. Thank you for submitting this, by the way, Shawner. This is a solid looking build. Is this for sale, or is this one of your personal ones? Very solid PC by Shawner, a resident Jawa user and resident stream watcher. Okay, roast me, says Max H. CPU Celeron G6900, 69, nice. GTX 680, MSI what? An MSI Z690 Tomahawk. This is such an interesting. Wait. What are we looking for here? So what's your actual parts? It's looking like. Oh, this is a different build. This is what it will become a 12700K. Okay, got it. So roast your setup. All right, we got IKEA countertop. I think that's a Lynnwood on top of two Alex drawers. I've used a very similar setup to this before. I personally like to use the kitchen countertops because they're way thicker. They're way more durable. But you know what? Hey, you are watching this like real time. I'm right there. You got your mic with your arm mount, and then you have your PC right there. Let's take a look at the build itself. Okay, let's see. Z690 Tomahawk, 16GB Corsair. So are you keeping that motherboard? It looks like you are. Okay. So did you just start the build off with like a lower budget and you're slowly incrementally upgrading it? Because I'm curious how the Celeron got into the system. How much do these Celerons go for? I mean, I would think that is like the definition of a like placeholder CPU. Wow! Wait. This is the 6900. So the 5900 you can buy brand new for 30 bucks. But the 6900 you can buy for 40 bucks. So yeah, definitely just a placeholder. Are they in the chat? Drucifer, what's up, Drew? Welcome to the chat. Wait, was Kyle in the chat tonight? Kyle, were you here? Hi, Kyle. But, let's see. I put it on live and it spazzes. You're having chat issues, Chris? Let me test. Test. Chat for me is working fine. Anyone else having chat issues? But okay, so you're gonna be upgrading to a crazy 12700K 3080. You got 4 terabytes of Barracuda drives. You got 2 terabyte Crucial P2 and a MP600 500 gigabyte drive here. What else? 4000D airflow case. You got RMX power supply. Yeah, so it's gonna be a beast of a system. Plus, you're gonna get 2. This is interesting. You already have this monitor. Oh, you have the 1080p monitor. You're gonna go up to 1440p 165 hertz. Yeah, so in terms of roasting, I mean, honestly, there's not much to roast about this. Like, it's a pretty simple setup, aside from like all the nicks and dings on your IKEA countertop. But I don't know. I just feel like I'm not in a roasting mood, or I am unable to roast this. Because a filler CPU, like, that's fine too. The GTX 680 though, how long did you have this card for? I'm curious. It's gonna be a huge performance upgrade. How many generations are we literally going up? From 6 to 7 to 9, 10 to... Yeah, so you're jumping 5 generations with the 3080 upgrade, because this isn't like an 80 tier card. You don't have to ping him, just clip it. Just clip that portion and show Kyle. Shane Eslick says, where I shop in Sydney, they don't stock the Celeron or Pentium. Honestly, I kind of forgot these existed. I forgot that these, like, Pentium and Celerons for, like, the newer gen existed, just because the i3s are priced so well that, like, unless you're really wanting to resell this and upgrade, like, soon down the line, because there's no stock issues with the i3, right? They're, like, readily available. So, unless you're really... The thing about this is, you could say, you could try to justify it by being on a budget, right? But if you're on a budget, you should be nowhere near a 12th gen Intel motherboard, just because they're so pricey. Like, you need to be going back to 10th gen, where you can find i3s for, like, 60-ish bucks used, and then, like, a brand, or like a used motherboard for like 50 bucks too. So it's hard to justify if you're buying all new parts, like the Celerons and Pentiums from the 12th gen, because their motherboards are expensive. But yeah, sorry, I don't have too much to roast about this, aside from your tabletop. You got mismatched cabinet and tabletop. Why couldn't you just go black on black or white on white? Like, what's up with this? That's my roast for you, sorry. I was not prepared to roast, so that caught me off guard. Alright, we got Drebler, who's always trolling in chat, because his mommy don't let him use AMD. He's a 30-something-year-old man, and his mommy dictates his life. But we got he couldn't even spell the tags right. NOAB Stroms. Roast me, daddy. He wants a roast too. i7... He did not have a 2700K. 2 tera NVMe, 4 RMX 850, 3080 Ti. So here's again the Vision card. We've seen this in the previous stream, but I wanted to pull it up again. Let's take a look. Why is that glitching out right now? Jason would say it's because it's the AMD card, but I think it's just Twitter. It has not happened on any other website. So that's weird, because it's happening on my screen too. It's not just a stream. Like, Twitter is bugging out right now. So in a build like this, when it's darker, it's also hard to see that ugly purple reflection color on this card. And let's take a look at other angles. Did Jason post any other angles? You can kind of see it here. Twitter just bugging out again. I mean, Jason's got a nice build. He's in the 4000D again. Oh, Jason has the Corsair. Oh, what the heck? The last picture is Jason's waifus. He takes these to bed every night, probably. He tells them a bedtime story, then he pulls them under the covers with him, and then that's the end of what I can describe. But let's see. Yeah, here I can see a little bit of that purpleness here. But sick build otherwise. I mean, it is a good looking build. Alright, we got, is this still really good? Dollar Rock, changing parts, we got a PC part picker list. Did people, oh my goodness. We're still, so I'm starting around, we still have another like 20 minutes or so. Alright, Gigabyte Eagle, 400 bucks for an RTX 3060. Honestly, if you need a 3060, this is as cheap as they're getting right now. I think we saw one for, actually no. What was the cheapest one here? Oh, this is messing up too. Is it the stream or is it Firefox? I need to look into this. Jason's gonna give me such a hard time if it ends up being the AMD card causing it to bug out. Let's see. Let's look at. We're not gonna look at B stock. We're just assuming new. Graphics card, 30 series, 3060. Let's go. Yeah, so they're 400 if you want the EVGA one. It doesn't look like they're much cheaper than that. We could look at PC part picker. Browse products. My AMD card is glitching. I refuse to believe. It was fine all of last week. So where is this? You can get what? So you can save like 13 bucks here. Where is this one located though? On Amazon. Nope, that's not the right price. You have to buy it new and used down here with high shipping. So yeah, that's not worth it. Yeah, so 400 bucks, that's pretty standard. Is it good right now? That's up to you. I don't think it's worth more than the 6600 XT, which we just saw going for cheaper. So here's your parts list though. 3600X. Wait, what? YouTube name, the True Irish Potato. This is my current build. You're looking at changing parts. Okay. So if you're looking to change parts, and I'm assuming you're looking for like what you should upgrade, you have a B550 motherboard already. And your graphics card is a 1660 Super. So the 3600X can still work, and you can always upgrade that later while keeping the motherboard. For looking at this build though, wow, why is this RAM so expensive? But this is your current part, so it doesn't matter. We can ignore price. You have a 2TB drive ready, 8TB, yep, okay, NZXT H510. You have a high, your build is pretty much set up already, everything. To upgrade the graphics card and then eventually the CPU. Like you have an AIO, you have a B550 board, 2TB SSD, plenty of HDD storage. You have a good case and you have a very nice power supply. So yeah, in terms of upgrading this, I would just say for the graphics card, I mean, it's either the $400 or like the $360 6600 XT. Drebler says my AMD card is glitching. It is not, Jason. I'm gonna go test that out in a second though. Let's see. Oh, Danny Carbajal and Max Humphrey had to leave, so bye-bye. Late bye-byes to them. Chiba Hut or Noodles and Co. They're next to each other and not that far. Shauner, I've never heard of those, so you gotta refer to chat for that one. We do not have Chiba Hut or Noodles and Co here in Washington. Christopher Coon says, put up all my pics from the DMs and roast those. Are you talking about the big mess of the stuff that you had that you were packing? I don't think I'm even gonna get through all the Twitter stuff tonight because we gotta just go to the cool down and chill portion of the stream in a little bit. Is it FG24? The card is AMD, yes. Andrew Woodford says, I'm heading to the treadmills. Farewell, everybody. See ya, Andrew. Oh! I have not had a single sip and all my ice is melted already. All my ice is melted. Don't judge. I used the same cup for a long time before I rinse it. Don't judge. I mean, I rinse it, but like thoroughly washing it. I don't have a sink right now, okay? Going to the bathroom and bringing a sponge and dish soap, it's like, it's inconvenient, is all I'm gonna say. Okay, let's see. So 350 pound-ish says, oh, they deleted their post, unfortunately. Okay. Mitchell has these specs posted, but it would be nice to see a picture. We got 5700G, no graphics card system. Oh wait, no, there's one. It's at the very end. That's odd. Why place it so late? 3080, 5700G. Okay, so very solid specs, 2 TB SSD, all that good stuff. I want to see pictures though. If you could submit pictures too. And we got Drebler, who is watching me on the big screen right now, showing off rice. What else is waifu-y around the house? It looks like your wife keeps you in check and not letting you put your waifu dolls. And this looks to be like an IKEA glass display cabinet. You do have some retro Nintendo stuff here though. Pretty cool, pretty cool. But yes. Dude, blinds. Can you put it up? You wanted a roast? I'm roasting your living room. Which, don't tell your wife. Because I don't want to make her feel bad because it's her home too. But Jason, can you put this up on the trim here instead of having it just dangling here? Come on now. Alright, so that's your roast for you. NOAB streams. How it started versus how it's going. Loves to see this. So this is YouTuber T-Rex13 in the chat. How it started versus how it's going. Alright. We got it's kind of like a smaller area with like bookshelves up top. Kind of like a little nook area in this room. We got a pretty old, like older wood desk with a reflective top on. I wonder if it's like a glass top that they put on there. Monster energy drink in the battery bottle. We have a Fantex case with the system with a down-facing. This is interesting. Down-facing tower cooler. But it might be because there's more airflow being pulled from the bottom, maybe? I don't know. But the cooler is down-facing. Okay, so this is how they started. My just-in-case fun. That's a cute piggy bank. Alright, let's see how it's going now. Bam! Is this your footrest, or do you sit on this little cylindrical thing? Okay, so you just went up to this triple monitor setup with the laptop on the side. The ambience in this room is pretty sweet. We got the purple kind of like magenta cyberpunky retro punk theme going, and then you do have pretty nice wallpaper that goes across all 3 screens. Let's see, cable management's not horrible. There's not a ton of stuff hanging all around. There's just a little bit of stuff. Yeah, this is very nice. Did you go from like a different room to like having your own full room for this? And your mic up here too. Yeah, so this is what we love to see. Stop glitching Twitter. I'm about to go over to Chrome to see if it's actually the AMD card. But let's see. Ooh, you got a vertical mouse too. I like that. Very nice. Thank you for sharing. Alright, we got... How much more do we have? Any thoughts on this? Oh, there it is. This is what they were trying to post before. This is a refurbished NZXT PC for $959, which if you didn't know... NZXT has a refurbished section where they sell sometimes... Get out of here, cookies. Oh my god, what is this font? NZXT, you're killing me. I'm already... pretty zoomed in, but alright, let's take a look at this. Like, they have systems with a 3060 Ti and a 10400F for about 1200. Let's sort by low to high though. But what they got was a 5600X and a 3070 Ti with the B550, cracking 120, 16 gigs of RAM. Everything else pretty standard. Look at this. 3070 Ti under $1,000 refurbished. If you need a new system and you can't find one anywhere else, and actually you want some warranty because NZXT systems, they have all sales are final. Yeah, the sale is final, but you still get warranty on the refurbished systems, I believe. The cheapest one, let's see. So we can find Foundation integrated graphics systems for $640, or we can get a 3060 build with the 10400 for $856. So I mean, given the price of the 3060, everything else is pretty standard though. Keep going. 3060 Ti system. Okay, so it's these two for now, but if you are constantly deal hunting, constantly looking, you can pick up a pretty sick deal like this one. T-Rex 13 says, yeah, moved from a nook to an entire PC room. PC is in the closet. Yeah, it's a nice feeling, isn't it? Like, to go from having like a PC setup in like your bedroom or something like that, to having like a full dedicated office to your PC and your hobbies and stuff. I went through something like that similarly when I first moved out and in with my wife when we were renting a townhome. I went from a PC setup in my room to just having a full office. It was a small office the first time I had my own dedicated space, but ever since then it's expanded now down to this basement. So I definitely know that feeling of getting more space. It feels nice, so congrats, T-Rex. But yeah, and then Silos, thank you for submitting this. Any thoughts on this? Yeah, this is an amazing deal. You snatched up a great deal, and hopefully this inspires people to constantly be looking to try to snatch something up similar to this too. So, oh, am I in dark mode right now? Let's see. I am. I wonder if that will change anything. Jimmy the Rose. Okay. So we got Jimmy the Rose. Oh, did they? No, they deleted their post. Let's see. I'm the one who submitted the 3060 for $400. Looking for a really good NVIDIA card for $300 to $400. No, I don't know any better, honestly. For $300 to $400, the 3060 is gonna be it, pretty much. Unless, I mean, you can get a 3050 for less than $400, but I don't think the value is there. If you're trying to stick to NVIDIA, the 3060 for $400, unless you can buy a used one. I wouldn't really suggest going back to a previous generation. They're usually not, as we saw from like EBJB stock, they're not priced that well for what they are. So I would just stick to the 3060. And then we got, let me see these two. Mitchell, oh, came back and posted for their build. Ooh. Which case is that? We got an Xbox next to it, but this were, which small form factor case is this? It looks like the NR200 a little bit, but the NR200 does not have side, the vent doesn't look like that on top. So here's your setup. And you got this huge TV up top with the stream pulled up. There we go. Thank you for submitting it. We can't really see anything up on the side of your PC because it does have a closed off panel, but 5700G with a 3080. How did you end up with the 5700G? Was it because the 5800X and 5700X was just like, because these G processors, the APUs, they go on sale quite a bit. So that's how I normally like see people getting them into the systems, because they're just better value, even if you are ignoring the APU. But thanks for resubmitting with the pictures. All right. And then we got Alpha Mutts. What did Alpha Mutts submit? Oh, my current build was the Samsung Odyssey G3 that I got for $30 today. Wait. Current build that you got for $30. Bobby Disher is your YouTube name. You got this for 30. Wait, or did you get the Odyssey G3 for $30? I was about to say, if you got the whole build for that much, that's crazy. But okay. This is the this is like the H710 Elite, right? From NZXT. Oh, PC part picker list. Yes. Oh, H510 Elite. 1070 in your system. 1 terabyte drive. 32 gigabytes of memory across 2 different color sets, and then a 3700X. Very solid system. And then for your setup, let's see, you got a Blue Yeti. I used to have that mic, and then it died on me. Dual monitor, very interesting with the plywood here. But Was that to close off the outside or like to close off another section of the house? But other than that, thank you for submitting your setup. Okay, we have 15 minutes left. That's going to be the last of the Twitter things. I'm going to read this last story and then we're going to go on to just chilling with the stream at the end. My brother put his hand in my PC while it was on, and I don't know if he touched the top of my GPU, and I don't know if his hands were greasy or wet or something. I didn't notice anything unusual, but if it were to be messed up, I put in my new PC build that I tweeted at you will. What? Okay, if they put their hand in the PC, if it's still running, then it's fine. Like, yeah, there's no issues. Like, oh, will it mess up my entire new build? No, unless they like shorted something, which if the PC is working fine, then you should be fine. If they put it in there and it instantly like turned off, or you hear like, you know, if you see any smoke, or if it glitchy, or you know, shows any glitchy on the graphics or something like that, then yeah, there could be an issue. But just putting your hand in there, unless he touched a lot of stuff and it was really wet, you should be fine. I wouldn't be too worried. It sounds like your PC is still working though, so no issues there. All right, let's see if I can show any other stuff from the new build. Not really. I want to keep it a surprise, so we're just gonna chill at the end of stream now. I'm just gonna read the chat, focus on the chat, and we can still talk about other stuff too, but not really gonna show anything on screen. The spazzing is going to make me seize, yeah, so I'm gonna look into that. I'm gonna, once stream is over, because it might be an OBS with the graphics card thing, so I'll test it off stream as well as test Chrome, because I'm on Firefox right now. It didn't happen at all last week though, so I'm curious what would have changed. I didn't update graphics drivers, so for it to happen as much as it did this week versus not happening at all previously, the only difference between this week's stream and last week's stream is I did add extensions to Firefox, one of them being dark mode, but I'm not sure if that would have caused it, so we'll see. Drink water, says Kevin. No, thank you for the reminder. Everyone else should drink water too. My family picked a great time to come visit and see my house. Yeah. So, we haven't been able to really, like, eat at home as much because of that. And if we've been eating, we've been standing around the new counters, but we don't have our, like, dining table or anything set up. So, so the reason my cousin and her boyfriend is here is because, like I said, she's moving into the state, to do her residency up north in Arlington, Washington, or Mount Vernon area. So her apartment was supposed to be ready, ended up last minute, it wasn't ready, but she already had like the trip planned to come up here and everything, like they're driving with a car full of stuff. So she just asked, hey, can I stay with you? So I was like, sure, you can stay with us. But our house is under construction and we don't have access to a working kitchen. Like my guest bedroom is filled with stuff downstairs. The office is where Melissa works, so we had to move Melissa's office into our bedroom. We put up an air mattress, so my cousin is sleeping in my old YouTube space where Melissa now has that office. So yeah, it was like the worst timing possible. If they would have come like 1 week later, they could have seen the new kitchen and they could have had like the guest bedroom, all that good stuff. But yeah, it worked out though. As long as she had a place to stay while her apartment was getting ready. Shauner says, yes, sunburnt AF. Def need to drink water. Thanks for the reminder. Why are you sunburnt? You going outside not using sunscreen, Shauner? So, Wiener Schnitzel, when? That's funny. So, I've never had Wiener Schnitzel. Chris keeps wanting me to go Wiener Schnitzel. We have a Wiener Schnitzel in Everett, Washington, which is like 15 to 20 minutes from my house. I still never gone because Melissa ain't trying to go. I've been suggesting it to Melissa. She's just not been wanting to go. And I don't often go out to grab food by myself. Like, if we're going out to eat, we usually go, me and her. It's either that or we're cooking at home. I don't typically go out and get food for myself. Though she does. Sometimes I'm like, dude, I want to save money. You can go out to eat if you want. I'm gonna eat whatever we have in the fridge. But it's never the other way around. It's never her eating at home and I'm going out to pick something to eat. So that's why I've never wiener schnitzeled yet. But JLo says, can you look at the specs you posted in chat? What do you have, JLo? Ryzen 5600G, 1070 motherboard. Okay, how much would you sell that for? 5600G Corsair Vengeance. I mean, that's looking like a, let's see, 150, 350, 4, 550. I'm doing really quick math on here. 650. I mean, maybe a $700-ish system. That doing like really quickly adding everything up, assuming you have a working power supply in there, assuming you have an SSD in there, because you didn't list those, I don't think. Yeah, but 700 plus or minus 100, depending on whatever else filled up the case or filled up the build. Plans to go to PAX, says Drebler. Yeah, so Drebler, Jason, and his friend crew, who are all from Texas, most of them are. There's one person up here in Auburn. They're going to PAX, so I'm going to plan to go to meet. Is anyone in the chat going to PAX? I know there's some Washington people here, but also a lot of people travel out of town to go to PAX. PAX tickets go on sale tomorrow, right? I gotta keep an eye out for that so I can buy either a 4-day pass. I actually just want to go 3 days. Maybe Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday is not going to be a cool day. So we'll see. How much are PAX tickets going to be? Probably like $200, maybe? 180? How much are they per day? Oh, also, let me pull this up. Linus Tech Tips, which Chris told me about. This is going to be really cool. Linus's, there's not going to be a LTX this year. They pushed it to 2023 because the COVID stuff was like, it was questionable. They didn't want to lock in the venue and stuff, right? And have it possibly shut down if stuff got worse. So they were just playing it safe. They pushed it out. But Linus, let me show this real quick before we end stream. Linus, where did he post it at? Was this on his personal account? Alright, let me go back. Let me find it. LAN Linus Tech Tips. Okay, I need to find the post that Chris sent. Oh crap, where is it? Where's the post? Let me go into chat. But Linus is potentially trying to do oh, was it just a clip? Okay, so we'll pull up the YouTube, which I'm not logged in on this computer, so I have a okay. We want you to come land with us at LTT Labs. I'll post this in the chat. It's the clip. They had it in the clip. So basically one of their labs. So here's the layout of it. They don't have a date for this yet, but they're trying to throw a LAN party. I guess kind of similar to DreamHack, but they'll have a bunch of other stuff going on too. I don't know what the time frame is. Oh, what? Why did that only copy the title? It's tempting, yeah. I think they mentioned only having like 250 spots or something because they wanted to have space. I don't know how big DreamHack is. Is DreamHack like much bigger than a couple or a few hundred? Going to this LAN party would be really cool because I've never participated in one of these mega LANs. I have the LAN parties that we do with my friend group, which is like anywhere from, 8, 9, 10, 12 people. But I've never been to like a DreamHack, PDX LAN, or any of that. My first LAN being at whatever Linus throws would be pretty cool. But it sounds like, so Linus has a huge viewer base. If you look at the LTX like attendance, this LAN party I think would be filled super fast because of how many subscribers and viewers that they have, and having only 250 seats. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of interest in this, so it might sell out quick when the details and the tickets go live and stuff. So definitely need to keep an eye on it. I can drive up to this LAN because it's only like 4 hours away. But yeah. yeah, so that would be so cool if people in, you know, my viewers, I would imagine at least a few of my viewers would go to this because, you know, PC enthusiasts going to a Linus event. When I went to LTX in 2019, I did meet a lot of viewers. So that was really cool to have a whole LAN event where we're just gaming and nerding out all weekend or over a couple of days. That'd be pretty cool. So yeah. Hey, Shane Eslick, hopefully you have a good appointment. See you next week. Thank you for being here on stream. Sponsor booths, porta potty. So yeah, this will be pretty cool. But we'll see. We'll see when this is happening. But yeah, for PAX, if you're going to PAX, if I'm trying to go to PAX, so I will tweet out, and then hopefully if anyone's going there, I could meet up and say hi and stuff like that, real briefly. But yeah, all right, we're almost at 2 hours. I'm gonna actually end it sooner because my cousin's boyfriend is leaving soon for the airport, so I'm gonna say bye and show them where the food is. Maybe he can get a quick bite. I'm not sure if they found the rice. I just put it upstairs, but they weren't there, so I did not yell to them or call them. So yeah, I hope everyone has a great rest of the week. This weekend's video, I'm trying to get out this weekend. If I can't, it'll be next week, but this is gonna be a fun video. I bought a custom pre-built computer that I'm going to review, and that's all I'm gonna say about it, but it should be really fun given the context of it. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. Everyone else, though, have a great rest of your week. Have a great weekend, and I will see you in the comments of the upcoming video as well as next week's stream. Bye, everyone.